Parents, before you buy another toy, stop. Right now, dangerous plastic toys are sitting on the shelves of some of the most popular stores in America. They look fun, they look safe, but the truth? They can break, poison, or even injure your child. From toxic plastics that leach harmful chemicals to brittle designs that snap into choking hazards, these toys aren't built to last or to protect your kids. They're built to sell fast, and once you know the truth, you'll never look at those toy aisles the same way again. Stick around, because what you're about to hear might change the way you shop for toys forever. And parents, this isn't just about money, it's about the safety of your family. Number 1. Dollar chains. Imagine this. You're in a dollar store. The shelves are overflowing with toys, plastic cars, dolls with blinking eyes, colorful stacking blocks, all for just $1 or $2. For a busy parent, this feels like a win. You can grab a handful of toys for the price of one at a big box store. And for birthdays, stocking stuffers, or quick rewards, these shops are gold mines, or so it seems. Let me give you a reality check. Many toys from dollar chains are made as cheaply as possible, often overseas, with little oversight or quality control. Reports from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission have flagged multiple recalls over the years tied to dollar store toys, everything from toxic levels of lead in plastic jewelry to small parts that break off too easily. One investigation by a consumer watchdog found that toys sold in popular dollar chains contained phthalates, chemicals linked to developmental issues in children. Another revealed brittle plastic cars that snapped in half within hours, leaving razor-sharp edges. And yet, these products keep showing up year after year because the stores know parents want bargains, and parents keep falling for it. The bigger danger here is psychological. Dollar chains condition parents to see toys as disposable. If it breaks, no big deal. It was only $1. But here's the problem. Kids don't know the difference between a cheap toy and an expensive one. To them, it's play. To them, it's trust. And when that trust is betrayed, when the toy breaks in their hands, it's not just a waste of money. It's your kid's safety that's at stake. Here's a real-life incident for you. A mother in Austin bought a set of plastic rattles for her infant at a discount chain. Within minutes of play, one of the rattles cracked open, spilling tiny beads across the floor. Thankfully, she caught it before her baby swallowed any. But you see, not every parent is that lucky. So here's the lesson for all the parents watching this. Those clearance rack toys aren't a bargain if they put your child at risk. Saving $1 at checkout isn't worth a trip to the ER. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop at dollar stores. The danger goes deeper, into places you'd least expect, places that most parents but hide even bigger risks. Number 2, Walmart and Target's third-party sellers. Walk into any Walmart or Target, and you'll see towering displays of plastic toys. From Barbie knockoffs to flashy robot dinosaurs, the shelves are filled with products that scream official, tested, and parent-approved. These stores feel safe. After all, you've known these household names since you were a kid yourself. You trust them. But here's what most parents don't know. These big box stores rely heavily on third-party manufacturers overseas to fill their shelves quickly and cheaply. And while some of these products meet U.S. safety standards, many slip through the cracks. In 2022, multiple toy recalls were issued for plastic playsets sold in major U.S. retailers. One popular brand of stacking rings was found to contain dangerously high levels of lead paint, despite being sold under the banner of a trusted big box chain. Another case involved brittle toy swords that snapped in half, creating jagged edges sharp enough to cut skin. Take this case from Michigan. A father ordered what looked like a trusted brand of building blocks from a third-party seller on Walmart's website. The packaging mimicked the real thing. The price was a steal, and the listing had glowing reviews. But when the box arrived, the pieces didn't fit together properly. The plastic reeked of chemicals, and within days, the bright paint began to chip. What he thought was a fun, safe toy turned out to be a cheap knockoff. hiding in plain sight on a major retailer's platform. The lesson here? If you don't test it yourself, you'll never know until your child puts those toxic pieces in their mouth. Now let's talk about the hidden dangers of the plastic itself. A study from the American Academy of Pediatrics revealed that certain plastics used in children's toys may leach harmful chemicals like phthalates and BPA. These chemicals have been linked to developmental issues, hormone disruption, and even long-term health risks. Yet, many cheap toy manufacturers keep using them, and major retailers keep giving them a stage, putting your children and your family directly in harm's way. And that's not all. According to a 2021 Consumer Safety Report, over 30% of plastic toys tested by major retailers contained chemicals at levels considered unsafe for children under the age of 3. That means nearly 1 in 3 toys on those shelves could pose a hidden risk. Here's the uncomfortable reality. These retailers prioritize volume over quality. They know parents trust their brand names. They know that as long as the shelves are stocked with bright packaging and trending characters, toys will fly off the shelves. But that trust is misplaced. Because when a toy fails, the responsibility rarely falls on the retailer. It falls on you, the parent, to deal with the consequences. What's worse, these toys aren't even priced fairly. Parents think they're paying for quality because it's from a big retailer, but in reality, they're often paying inflated prices for the same cheaply made plastic toys found at discount chains. The only difference is branding and packaging. Imagine your child's birthday. You've spent $25 on a plastic playset from a big box store only to watch it break within hours. Pieces scattering across the floor, small parts rolling under the couch. The smile fades from your child's face, replaced with frustration. And for you, it's wasted money, wasted trust, and wasted peace of mind. Big retailers know they can rely on parents' loyalty, but loyalty doesn't protect your child. You think the worst is behind us after Walmart and Target? Think again. The next stop takes us somewhere even riskier. Stores that hides its dangers behind trust and familiarity. By the way, have you ever regretted buying a toy for your kids? Drop it in the comments. Your story could warn another parent. Number 3. CVS, Walgreens, and 7-Eleven. You probably don't think twice about CVS, Walgreens, or even 7-Eleven. These are the kinds of places we all trust, but only for prescriptions, snacks, or maybe a late-night coffee. And right by the checkout counter, you'll see bins of plastic toys, slime cups, glow-in-the-dark yo-yos, cheap action figures, and those little capsule toys that kids can't resist. For a lot of parents, grabbing one of these feels harmless. You're already there, your child's begging. It's only a couple of dollars, why not? After all, if it's sitting in CVS or Walgreens, it must be safe, right? Well, that's the root of the problem. Those little toys sitting next to the candy bars and batteries are some of the riskiest plastic toys you can buy, and they're hiding in plain sight. Parents don't think twice when buying toys from these stores because they're associated with health and safety. But these toys don't go through the same level of testing and scrutiny you'd expect. In reality, most of them come from overseas suppliers, pumped out in bulk with very little oversight. Consumer advocates have been sounding the alarm about this for years. In 2020, a PERG investigation tested toys from CVS and Walgreens, focusing on things like slime cups and novelty figures. What they found was disturbing. Unsafe levels of boron, banned phthalates, and small parts that easily broke off into choking hazards. At 7-Eleven, capsule toys, the kind designed to be opened in excitement, were found to snap apart under the slightest stress, scattering plastic shards small enough to block a child's airway. And these weren't isolated cases. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission's 2024 report listed choking as the #1 cause of toy-related deaths, and toys just like the ones sold in these convenience chains play a huge role in those statistics. And then there are the real families who've lived through these risks. In Ohio, one mother picked up a glow-in-the-dark yo-yo from Walgreens for her toddler. Within hours, the string snapped mid-play, and the plastic disc went flying across the room, barely missing her child's face. In Florida, another parent bought a slime toy from CVS. Within minutes of handling it, her daughter broke out in a rash. Lab tests later revealed that the slime contained phthalates at levels far above legal safety limits. And that's not the only case. In 2024, a mother from Chicago bought her toddler a $2 capsule toy from a CVS checkout bin, just something to keep him busy on the ride home. Minutes later, it snapped apart in his hands, releasing sharp-edged shards of plastic. One piece went straight into his mouth, and he began choking before she managed to pull it out. And when she checked the packaging afterward, there were no safety warnings, no brand name, nothing but "Made in China" stamped on the back. A toy she picked up next to the Tylenol nearly sent her child to the ER. The dangers aren't just about broken plastic, they're also hidden in the materials themselves. Many of these toys are made from PVC or vinyl, which are cheap to produce but often loaded with chemicals that scientists have linked to hormone disruption, developmental delays, and even long-term behavioral issues in children. A 2018 study published in Environmental Science and Technology tested low-cost plastic toys bought in American convenience stores and found nearly 30% contained phthalate levels above international safety standards. Another survey by the Campaign for Healthier Solutions revealed that over half of the discount and convenience store toys they tested contained toxic chemicals, including lead. Think about that for a second. These are the same stores that sell children's Tylenol in one aisle. And yet, just a few feet away, they're selling toys coated with chemicals that can damage a child's nervous system. Parents don't set out to buy these toys as big holiday gifts. You're tired, you're rushing, you're at the pharmacy already, and your child spots something bright and colorful near the register. You cave in because it's just $3, but hours later, when that toy breaks or you notice a strange chemical smell, the guilt creeps in. It's no longer just about wasting a few bucks. It's about realizing you trusted a store that shouldn't have been trusted in the first place. The bottom line is this: CVS, Walgreens, and 7-Eleven are not toy stores. They're not investing in quality or safety. They're investing in impulse, and impulse isn't worth the risk. A $3 toy can turn into a hospital visit. Just because a toy is sitting next to the Advil doesn't mean it's safe for your child. Convenience isn't protection, it's a gamble. And when it comes to your kids, that's a gamble you don't want to take. And if pharmacy toys are risky, the next stop is worse. Here today, gone tomorrow, with no safety or accountability. Number 4, seasonal and pop-up shops. We all know the toy shops that appear like magic during the holidays. Spirit Halloween filling empty strip malls in October. Calendar club kiosks popping up in shopping centers in December, or those charming Christmas market booths selling unique toys and trinkets. They're designed to catch parents in the moment when holiday cheer is high and the pressure to buy is at its peak. Initially, these shops feel festive and harmless. The toys are colorful, often labeled unique or limited edition, and the prices seem like steals compared to big retailers. But the problem is, these sellers are temporary. By the time you realize the toy is unsafe or defective, they're gone. Consumer advocates have long warned about seasonal shops. Many source their plastic toys from unregulated overseas factories. Labels are often vague or missing altogether. Safety certifications are non-existent. And since these shops just disappear after the season, there's no accountability, no refunds, no recalls posted on the shelf. One investigation in New York found that several pop-up holiday toy shops were selling plastic dolls coated with paints containing lead levels far above the legal limit. Another found plastic trucks with wheels that popped off with minimal force, creating immediate choking hazards. Recently, a father in Boston stopped by one of these holiday pop-up shops to buy a toy robot for his son. The robot lit up, made sounds, and seemed like the perfect gift. But within an hour of playing with it at home, the toy began to overheat. Smoke started curling out of the battery compartment, and the plastic body softened and warped in the boy's hands. The father rushed to snatch it away before it burned him, shocked that something sold in a family-friendly holiday market could malfunction so dangerously. By the time he went back to report it, the stall was gone, vanished overnight like it had never existed. You see, the game here is an emotional trap. Parents, caught up in the holiday rush, want to grab something quick, affordable, and exciting for their kids. But in that rush, they let their guard down. These toys are marketed as safe, but they could be the most dangerous thing in your child's toy box. And by the time you realize it, the shop is already closed for the year. Here's the takeaway. Pop-up shops don't invest in quality. They invest in impulse. And impulse isn't something you want to take a risk with. And if you think seasonal pop-up shops are bad, just wait until you see what's hiding in the stores that promise big brands for less, where discounted doesn't always mean safe. Before we talk about that, if this video helps you protect your family, hit the subscribe button so more parents see this warning. Number 5. Off-price retailers. Shoppers love a bargain. Stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and others just like them thrive on that thrill. Branded goods at half the price. Parents walk in hunting for clothes or housewares and often leave with toys that look like name-brand steals. But surprise, surprise, off-price chains are built on excess inventory, closeouts, and liquidations. That means the toys on their shelves are often older stock, discontinued items, or imports that didn't sell elsewhere. Some may even have been subject to recalls but slipped back into circulation through liquidation sales. Consumer safety groups have caught this repeatedly. In 2018, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission cited TJ Maxx and Marshalls for selling dozens of toys and baby products after official recalls were announced. These included rattles that posed choking hazards, ride-on toys that tipped over, and dolls with sharp detachable parts. Real stories highlight the danger. A California parent bought what looked like a brand-name stroller toy from Ross, only to later learn it had been recalled months earlier for loose parts that could choke infants. Another case involved Burlington selling plastic toy guitars with lead paint, well after the manufacturer had pulled them from major retailers. The issue isn't cruelty, it's the resale pipeline. Off-price chains rely on buying in bulk from liquidators, and once toys enter that gray market, it becomes difficult to track safety recalls. Parents, meanwhile, feel reassured by the store's polished branding and assume everything on the shelf has been vetted. Want the truth? That clearance rack may be hiding yesterday's unsafe toys. And unlike Target or Walmart, which have formal recall procedures, off-price retailers often lack clear systems for pulling recalled items off shelves. Parents, remember, every unsafe toy we expose is one less risk in your home. Stick with us because the fight for safer childhoods isn't over. Together we can keep our kids safe where stores have failed. Thanks for watching before you buy. If you want to avoid dangerous kids' toys, hit subscribe. We're exposing the next toy you should never buy in our next video. Stay safe, parents.